Hello, hello, my darling souls. Welcome in Alnick, Callan, CTR, Sal, Milo, Disco. How are you all doing today? I see Disco is actually being the most functional adult in the room today, as usual. Actually out there touching grass, doing shit.
Unfortunate.
What do you mean?
I mean, live grass is conniving and you know it.
No, that's the birds. You're getting the birds confused with the outside as a whole again.
I mean, birds are evil.
And conniving, yes.
I mean, things can be conniving without being necessarily pure evil.
Oh, I just realized I forgot to turn on the fucking modifier, redeems. Hold on, let me fix that. I got this, I promise. Shit. Hold on. We gotta turn on the modifiers, and we gotta turn on the ability to head pat Alu. Incredibly important.
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. No arguments from the peanut gallery. Yeah, there you go. Sal's already on it. And Zolnik. There we go. I had to set up a whole bunch of like extra stuff today, so I forgot about the channel point redeems. Because you may notice we have new music that we're using for this stream. It's not the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack. And the credit for that'll pop up in chat every so often over the course of stream. But I came across this artist called Witchbolt on YouTube randomly, who describes themselves as a dungeon synth artist, and they made music that I listened to and was just like, this would literally be perfect for these streams. And they gave me permission to use them, so. And if you would like, I can go ahead and copy paste the, it's on a timer, so it'll pop up in chat automatically. I can also go ahead and post that into chat manually as well, real quick. So, you need music for things like D&D, or if you get interested in playing Borg yourself, I can definitely recommend this person's albums for background music. They are phenomenal. Yeah, it really does feel very Demon Souls, doesn't it? I love it. Alright, but anyway, when we last left off, Lygan was getting ready to make camp, so that way he could leave, finally, the Valley of Unfortunate Dead. Because we have spent a fair amount of time here looking for our Candleflame Lycan amongst cultists that were very not happy that we were there. And in amongst the dead of the settlement. Because when we got here, we realized that everyone who had been living here just died. We're not sure of what, because they have been rotting for a while, but the whole valley smells like death and decay and gross. Just started Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, and stream is very laggy for me because the internet isn't back yet. Oof, fair. Is anyone else experiencing any sort of lag? So that way I know if I need to restart stream or not.
It's working fine for me.
Okay, that's good. And you're the one actually here, so. So it's working for you, and like you are actively like screen sharing and shit with me. Should be fine. In theory.
In theory.
In theory. Anyway. So, time for us to make camp. Luckily, our good buddy Ligon,
I think
is...
we completed making camp.
Did we? I don't think we did.
Because I know we ended with...
Because I know we also didn't roll to see how long it would take for us to get to Bergen Chrypt from here.
Because I think, if memory serves, that we had rolled for a camp event, and we ended on a dream, and we have one
Right,
left
the
over.
green and terrible moon.
Yes.
I'm going to miss this stream. I'm not home. Aw. That's okay. I do upload the VODs onto YouTube, and they have the music in them now. So, you may not be able to experience the rolls, but you'll at least be able to experience whatever story ends up being told. All right then. So I guess that means today we're starting off with another roll of the Calendar of Necrobell at a -6.
Indeed.
It's gonna go great, guys. Oh, it's not a 1.
That's the most important part.
Indeed. All right, so, which means that now we have to figure out how long it's going to take for us to get from the Valley of Unfortunate Dead, where we currently are, over to Bergen Chrypt. Which, for those who are unfamiliar, which I think is everybody in chat, Bergen Chrypt is a massive mountain range that is basically cutting off, like, this part of the world, basically from the sea south. And there are lands off to the west, and we don't know what's beyond them. Just know that there's this massive fucking mountain range here. And we get to go traverse all over the mountain range to try and fucking find the licorice that we need. Because the other item that we're looking for is known as Dead Man's Licorice. All right, Milo, I hope your practice goes well. Thank you so much for popping in.
Thank you.
Okay. So the travel time to Bergen Chrypt from here is going to be a D8 plus 2. Wow, 3 days of travel. That's not bad.
Indeed.
Our guy knows a route.
No. We only have some insider information.
Well, I think what it is actually because there's so many of like the cultists like milling around and having to go back and forth between areas. I think the direct route to the mountain has been fairly well marked, if not like intentionally, than by foot traffic.
Sure.
All right. Well,
so how is our food and water looking?
We have 2 rations and 3 water currently.
All right. So we are not far off from needing to probably scavenge on the road.
Indeed. I would say we probably, after like 1 more day's travel, we might want to spend a day foraging for food.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Okay, so first things first. Let's see what our road is going to be like. It's 4, so it's it's well maintained. It was a once well maintained trade road. So yeah, this is probably the road that a lot of the cultists have been using when going back and forth. Mm-hmm. Because even if this is the land of his cultists and the mountain is the land of her cultists, you know there's been some back and forth and probably a few scuffles here and there, right?
Mm. Absolutely.
All right, and then what is our weather going to be today? 4. Deafening storm! We can't escape the rain!
The rain really is just
Following us.
It really is like that, that cloud game, Rain on Your Parade.
Yeah.
Just, there is a cloud that has just chosen one particular NPC, which happens to be us.
Yep.
And it is just you.
He is Lygan, Ender of Droughts.
It's... So I think this part of the continent is called the Wasteland in general, but apparently not!
Well, a wasteland doesn't necessarily mean that it's a drought. It's actually a fairly Americanized idea of a wasteland, I think.
Yeah, there also...
Because a wasteland could also be like sparse bogs and swamps.
Yeah, part of the reinforcement of that thought was more just one of our active psalms.
Yeah, fair.
And blood shall spread like fire across the wastelands of the drought.
Yeah, true.
And the only time the term wasteland has been used is to describe the part of the continent.
Yep. Listen, we're yeah, we're changing that one slightly, but that's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no drought going on. Not with Lygan here.
Indeed. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what our road events are. We actually are going to be having, once we reach the mountains, we've actually made our own roll event table, but we're on the default one for a little bit longer.
Indeed, until we reach Bergen properly, we do have...
Alright, it's Filthy Farmers. It's probably, like the dregs of people who had been here originally, or were on their way here prior to, the place getting, like, slaughtered.
Yeah, bad news about the market, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is a good opportunity. We don't have much silver. We are down to 6 silver. However, we can ask if there's anything that we can do for the farmers, to, you know, trade for some food. So, like, maybe they need help, like, gathering, like, herbs or something in the area, or something's bothering them.
So we roll a reaction check in general?
We should indeed. Okay. It's going to be a 2 and a 2. Yeah, they're not happy.
Yeah, in order to...
I mean, to be fair, no one here has been happy. Not a single person here has been happy to fucking see us.
Only because the cloud we're bringing with us constantly.
I mean, yeah, but they don't know that they don't know that this cloud is following us.
You know, we were nice and dry, and then we ran into this man.
You know what? No, I bet it's actually the monkeys.
Probably the monkeys.
Because don't forget,
if it's not the rain, it's the monkeys.
Yeah, it's probably the monkeys. Because if they're farmers, like, you know, those monkeys are also trying to get into their goods. They probably got there ahead of us. Because they smelled food.
I think in order to actually acquire, in order to get any trade on, we probably will need to provide a service rather than simply silver.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can really afford to lose much more silver anyway. We might need the little bit that we have.
True.
So let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can roll a it's gonna be just a flat, like, presence check to see if there's anything that they'll be willing to let us do. Because we don't have omens right now. Yeah. We have no luck.
Indeed.
I'll make that a DR 12, I guess.
No,
They wave us along. Nope, you better leave.
We have no patience for you and your monkeys, let alone your cloud. Be gone.
Yep. You know what? I'm gonna try something with the monkeys real quick. Because the monkeys do act independently of us. We'll see if either of them are able to actually steal anything from the farmers without getting noticed.
I see.
Listen, they love us. They want us to do well.
Mm-hmm. They ignore us, but they do love us.
That's a 15. And a 14. Yeah, I'd say that they actually managed to steal something. Probably like 1 or 2 rations of food. Like, they didn't get much. They are small monkeys, but...
But, still.
So...
Good job.
Indeed. So, as Lygan makes his way down the road, like... He trusts that his monkeys will be able to fucking deal with whatever they need to. They're smart creatures. He's been with them for a long time. He knows what they're capable of. He knows that they'll catch up eventually. And the farmers themselves are not going to be able to do fucking anything to these monkeys. They're too small and dexterous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he continues off down the road and eventually finds an area of dense trees that has kept dry enough to make an encampment. By dry enough, I mean there's a patch of ground that isn't literally a puddle that he can actually make a fire in. And as he, gets his fire going, starts trying to dry out from the rain, his 2 little monkey companions scurry up and just dump a couple pieces of fruit next to him and then scurry back over to the other side of the fire. Like, enough to make a dinner for one night. But, and like, a couple of the pieces of fruit also have like monkey bites taken out of them. Like, these little critters were also like eating this fruit and then they just decided to share.
Yeah, that sounds like our monkeys.
Yep. CTR and Ash are so good to us. But, he makes camp for the night. So, let's see if we get any sleep tonight or if the rain's gonna keep us up. No sleep!
No sleep, we're not reclaiming our room yet.
Nope. Okay. Alright, where's my, I have my books up in a different order than they usually are, so bear with me just a moment. Sorry. I lost where my chart is.
No worries.
Ah, found it. There we go. We're good. Alright, so... No! It's the moon again! Being haunted by the moon now.
We're doing a certain number of things that are uncomfortably consistent.
Yeah. Rain
the
and green moon.
First the rain, then the troll, now the moon.
Don't fucking mention the troll. I swear to the gods, if it attacks us again, I'm coming for you. I will find where you live and I will come eat your ankles. I mean, I guess it makes sense that we'd be having, like, the green and terrible moon, because we are getting closer to her land of influence, the Great Basilisk. And given that, there is active conflict going between her and him, yeah, I can see why we'd be getting the moon being a problem. But yeah, no omen for us. So still no luck stat. But that does mean a new day dawns after no sleep, being drenched in the fucking rain. Again.
This is just a standard night for Lying at this point.
It really is. And the world is safe for one more day. So, the calendar does not move one step closer to death. So, let's see what the weather today is going to be. A 7. More rain.
So a surprise, I think, of no one.
Of no one. Which also means, because we determined that cloudbursts are no progress days. But let's roll the, we're not even going to go on a road, because, like, we can't make progress. But let's roll the encounter table anyway, to see if we can maybe find some shelter. It's like so often, like, we get the things of just like, oh, you know, an abandoned graveyard or a chapel or a castle. Like, maybe we can get some shelter. A 9. Fuck.
Let's find out.
Yep, one moment. I am currently updating our water from last night as well. All right, D6. All of it has gone bad. Because we only had 2 of each, and we rolled a 5. So just, it's all gone bad. So, the rain from this cloudburst smells off. It smells bad. It smells like, you know, this is like, obviously you shouldn't be drinking like rainwater anyway, but this is like especially kind of like something is rank about this. Because it's been picking up the water from the putrefying area around the Valley of Unfortunate Dead. So this is like water that this is rainwater that has like bacteria from putrefying corpses in it. And because it's a cloudburst, and that is a lot of rain all at once, it has soaked through our remaining rations and water and has just made them unable to be consumed.
We now definitely, thoroughly need to acquire food, because after 2 days of not having food, the third night will start to deal damage.
Yep, as we starve. We can try to search the nearby area to see if we can find anything, though. Because we may not be able to make progress, but we can kind of venture outside of our little camp area a little bit. So let's go ahead and roll a d6. A 2. Find d6 plus 1 rations of food and water, but one of them is spoiled. Let's see if we can, well, first, let's see if we even notice if any of them are spoiled first. 13! Yes, we do. So whatever it is, it'll be -1. So basically just a d6 then. 2. We're right back where we started.
Well, at least we managed to offset it.
Yeah, I guess.
It's better than being on the verge of starving.
Yeah. So what happened this day is this rainwater that is just absolutely rancid from picking up moisture from the local area dumps down, ruins the food and water that we currently had, and it's a miserable fucking day because we've been rained on twice. We never really got a chance to get dry. Now we stink to high heaven, and all of our food is bad. So while in this, pounding rain that you can't even really see through, cloudbursts is so much rain at once. It is also painful to be in. I wouldn't say damaging necessarily unless you try to travel through it, but painful to be in. Lagan ends up coming across what looks like the remains of another campsite. And it looks like that there had been a scuffle at this campsite, right? And what it is it's this rockier area, and it's a spot where 2 very large stones are kind of leaning up against each other, creating a natural bit of shelter directly underneath them. So it managed to stay actually dry from the rain. And as Lagan approaches it, he sees the remains of a campfire and a pack. So what had clearly been a bedroll and a pack with food and water in it. And then all around the area is marks of a struggle. So there are gouges in the ground. The bedroll is shredded to the point of being unusable. And there's flecks of blood here and there from where it was protected from the rain. Dried blood, so that it's at least been here a couple of days, or a day or two, but not long enough that the dried meat in the leftover rations pack has gone bad. And Lagan decides to basically go, well, this sucks, but at least it's dry. I'm camping here for the night.
Indeed. I mean, take what you can get.
Yep. So he gets ready to bunker down in this little area, trying not to think about, the fact that whoever was here was clearly attacked, and hoping that whatever did attack him has long since left. He bunkers down. The monkeys take the scraps of the bedroll and kind of make their own little nest in a dry corner, as best as they can. He munches on one of the pieces on one of the rations. So we'll be down to 1 and 1 after this night. But all things considered, that's better than 0.
Absolutely.
So let's see if we get a quiet night finally. 16. And a 20, it's a quiet night. Oh, and we get our omen back tomorrow.
Indeed. Very important.
Incredibly. All right. So, we are down to 1 ration and 1 water, which is not great, but it's not the worst. We have a chance to go looking for food, at least. So what do you say? Using this as a base camp to go spend the day searching for food tomorrow?
Absolutely.
All right. So we still won't be making any progress, but it's something. All right, let's see what we get. A 4. We track down a savage beast. Killing it would net D8 plus 2 rations worth of food. I mean, if it's one beast, we do stand a very high chance of killing it. You're the one with the wildlife charts.
Yeah, well, also, wouldn't that be the next day thing since we used our day trying to search for food and water and found this?
I mean, I figure we might as well, like... Wait, what, huh?
Because we found this camp from... Oh, we didn't roll the calendar yet, or anything.
You're right. I should have rolled the calendar and the weather. We're not rolling the road, though, because we're not making progress today.
Mm-hmm.
My brain went burr. Okay, we're fine on the calendar, at least.
Mm-hmm.
We're great at this. It's still raining.
Of course it's raining. Why wouldn't it be raining?
Right. It's hammering rain.
Alright, so... As far as some local wildlife, shall we roll a d6 to see what things near the Valley of Unfortunate Undead we run into?
I think we can pick, because it's giving us, like, the D8 plus 2 rations for killing it, and there are certain things that would not give us rations for killing and eating them, like the skeleton horse thing. So I was looking through it earlier.
Yeah, as far as providing rations, I think there's only one thing nearby that really would qualify.
Is it the cave thing? Is it what I think you're talking about?
We also need the Unfortunate Undead, so I would think the tomb ape.
Yeah, the cave thing.
Alright.
Because it usually lives in caves and it doesn't venture too far from its caves, tombs, crypts, you know. But hey,
we're getting it done. But we also can get we can get additional bonus for this one. We might be able to actually get some silver.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. All right. All right, hold on. I was pulling it up in the correct PDF. So, so as Lagan spends the day looking for food and water, unfortunately, he does seem to struggle a little bit because a lot of like the open sources of water still smell tainted after the previous day's rain. But after a few hours of searching, he comes across a great creature with webbed feet and scales. And a vague memory comes to the back of his mind about legends told within the ranks of the Schleswig army for those who had been to the Valley of Unfortunate Dead and returned, called the Tomb Ape. And he is aware that that were he to slay the Tomb Ape, he actually should be able to get usable meat from it, and they usually have additional things hidden in whatever they are using as their home, as their den, which is usually a cave, a tomb, a catacomb of some sort. Now let's see if the tomb ape actually notices us or if we notice it. So what do you want to set this one to?
I mean, that'll probably qualify as. That's probably effectively initiative.
No, because I want to see if we can get a surprise round on it.
Let's see if it notices us then.
Okay.
We've already tracked it down.
It heard something. So yeah, we're not getting a surprise round on it.
Alright, let's see.
We go first!
Excellent.
All right, so that means Savahanda and monkeys time.
So, which attack would we like to start with?
We can go with our attack, 'cause the monkeys attack technically independently.
Mhm.
So I'm having
Alright.
them go at the end of our turn.
All right. So, how much damage in theory?
2.
All right. Let's see. Second check. Does it hit DR12?
Oh, that's the wrong button. Don't mind me. That's a 1 and a 16. We hit.
And then there is the armor check
Yeah.
of a D2. So it's just we can
We don't do any damage to it.
correct.
It would just immediately. So, as Lagan is rearing back to hit this thing with his sword, the fact that the ground has been so saturated by so much fucking rain, his stance slips slightly. He isn't able to get a good full swing in on the ape, and the ape's protective scales mean that the blow just glances off of it. And then come the monkeys.
Right.
All right, first of all,
I was going to see just what will we roll with the D4.
Huh?
I saw the damage.
Yeah, that's what I said. Here come the monkeys.
Indeed.
It sounded like you were trying to interrupt me.
Oh no.
I was just like, what, did I forget something again?
No.
Hello, South. Welcome in. Welcome to your lurk. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Anyway, monkeys. So, our first monkey CTR would only do 1 damage, so it does not matter if it hits or not.
Correct.
And Ash would do 3 damage.
All right.
So I'm only doing flat d20s for the monkeys.
Mhm.
That's a hit.
Mhm.
All right, and then the D2 is its armor, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So evens is odds is 1, evens is 2. 1. So that's 2 damage to the 2-mate.
All right.
So it is down to 12 HP.
Correct.
All right. Now it's its turn.
It asks for D6.
All right, so the 2-mate comes like our blow just glances off of it, and then the 2-mate just swings right back around with one of its clawed hands trying to hit Lagan as he's regaining his footing on the muddied ground. That's a 10 and a 7, so it misses. We managed to dodge it.
All right.
Wait. No, I did that wrong. We did not dodge it. I'm stupid.
Yep.
I was rolling from the wrong perspective. I got this. I promise.
All right. So let's see. Much can deal.
Some of my rolls I'm doing like from the perspective of like the creature, and then I just got myself all sorts of turned around. So yeah. Well, we failed to dodge. Ow! It does max damage. Let's see if we can reduce that at all. Reduce it by 1. 5 damage.
Oh,
Ow.
We're down to 2 health.
Yep, already. That's great. Oh boy.
Do we want to keep trying to fight this?
Yeah, because it's got a morale roll, if nothing else.
It does, however, we would need a perfect morale roll.
That'll be fine.
We would need to roll double sixes.
It'll be fine. So then, yeah, no, Lygan recognizes that, like, he needs the food, right? He needs the food. This, you know, he can potentially get silver from here. Like, he does unfortunately kind of need this thing to die. So he's gonna take another swing at it.
Alright.
Oh, that's a hit. That is a very good hit.
Indeed. Alright. How much damage?
3. Am I supposed to be adding his strength to this? I feel like I'm supposed to be adding his strength to this.
We should be adding strength. Do we? Yes, so we should be adding strength to the hit rolls. And then as far as the weapon itself. The weapon itself does not have additional strength check.
So it's 3 damage. And then reduced by 1, so he takes another 2 damage. Right. So that puts it at 10 HP. Alright. So let's see about the monkeys. Whoop. Alright, well. C-Tier will do a d4 damage if he hits. It does not. Ash does hit. So that would be 2 damage. 1 damage. So it is at 9 HP.
Right. Now let's see if
it hits us.
Can we evade?
No, we cannot.
Alright.
3 damage. Come on, reduced by 2. Reduced by 2! Woo!
Right.
Alright. Lygan's hurting. But he's been here before. He's been at this place before. He's got this. The Tomb Ape is, you know, getting bloodied at this point. Like, it has not taken an insignificant amount of damage. So, he goes in for another swing. 25. Weak hit. So he's going in, swinging out of desperation to get this thing. 7 damage. So that would be 4 damage. We'll have it and roll up. And then reduces it by 2, but that puts it down to 7 HP, which is halfway down. Let's see what the monkeys do, and then we'll see about a morale check. Yeah?
Yeah, so we need to get it down to... we need to be 1/3 health, so that'll be about 4 or 5.
Okay.
We need a little more damage for a morale check.
Okay. Alright, CTR misses. Ash hits.
Alright.
For 2 damage.
And then...
Reduced by 2. So Ash's claws, you know, just skate off of its scales, unable to find purchase in them.
Alright, let's check our defense.
God, we can't dodge for shit!
Indeed.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna check one thing real quick. Okay. I got this. So let's see what it's going to do to us. Full 6. Let's see if we can reduce it with our armor. It'd be reduced by 2. I'm going to spend our omen.
Alright.
To see if we can lower the damage dealt by a d6. It's enough! It's enough! So, Lygan realizes he is on his last legs, but so is the tomb ape. Like, it's not going to be able to stay standing for too much longer between these hold of him and his monkeys. But he realizes as he tries to dodge the ape's claws once more, and he slips and stumbles because of the slick mud. Some part of him just fucking prays to whatever unholy fucking entity is out there that will be willing to listen to him. And something seems to have listened. Because he slips, and the tomb ape's claws whiff through empty air, just barely managing to snag on his leather armor, where he had been just a fraction of a moment before. And then quickly, Lygan tries to scramble back into a position to attack the tomb ape once more. It's a weak hit. It's 5, so we'll round it up to 3 damage. 1 damage. I've lost track of what HP the
It's 6.
Okay. So again, he's still struggling to really find his footing. Like, and if you don't have good footing, you're not going to be able to swing your sword with the weight it needs behind it. So he just keeps getting glancing blow after glancing blow on this ape. CTR misses again. As does Ash.
Alright, can we dodge? No.
No.
Alright.
2. Come on, reduce by 2. Yes! Oh. And again, still, something about the way that we are slipping and sliding in the mud. Yeah, your monkey is doing a great job, CTR. But something about the way that we are slipping and sliding in this mud, the tomb ape isn't having difficulty. It has the webbed feet. It knows how to maneuver in the mud of its homeland. But something about the way that we are just unable to gain our footing has meant that it also has not been able to really get a good hit on us outside of that one hit. We just keep sliding out of its, just outside of its attacks. Come on, buddy!
Alright. Another turn. Okay, so we'll get a weak hit.
Yep. Come on.
Oh.
Fuck. That's going to be reduced. That's guaranteed reduction.
Let's see how...
CTR gets a hit! For 3 damage. Reduced by 2. So CTR gets its claws in for 1 damage.
Alright, and then...
Ash whiffs. Are we low enough to be able to justify a morale check?
It is at 5, which is... Depending on how you want to do the math, I would say Considering also the number of misses that this thing has had, I think his morale's also shattered a bit.
Yeah. Very true.
So we would need... So logic is 2d6, and they need total 12.
Yeah. Nope. Not gonna be it.
Alright, keep fighting.
Yep. Oh my god, it whiffs! It whiffs! Oh! So the two may begin. Like those wicked claws slash through the air, and Lygan manages to actually get good purchase on the ground and manages to like actually push himself out of the way, away from the swipe of this beast. And the trend continues. He actually manages to get a good footing into the ground to try and swing back against this thing.
Alright, how much damage?
A 10! Ah, let's go!
The armor reduction would not change the outcome.
It would not.
Falls.
So, as he finally gets his fucking feet dug into the ground, good purchase in that mud, he brings his sword over his head and down and manages to actually take off the tomb ape's head in one swing. So mind you, that 10 damage is almost this thing's full HP to begin with. This thing only has 14 HP.
Yeah, no, that at full health, a clean hit from this would completely decimate its morale. Already weakened, it falls. No resistance.
So Lygan manages to finally just take this thing's head off clean.
After spending the entire fight at Death's Door.
Man is a blood knight. Like, the closer to 1 HP he has, the better survivability he has. Oh, that was intense.
Indeed, we do get to roll two very important things.
We do indeed.
We get to roll a d8 to see how many rations we get.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to roll a d6 to see how much silver we accrue.
Indeed. I'm going to roll the d66 first, because I believe the d8 is plus something. I don't remember what the plus was.
It is plus 2.
Okay, cool. 5.
So we get 51 silver.
Yeah! Wonderful.
So we are now up
to 57. That is a good chunk of change. Oh.
And then, how much are we managing to get as far as meat?
2.
Okay, so we get 4 rations. We're up to 5 food.
Yeah. So I will say, I'll say that we managed to get enough off of this thing to give us enough rations for tonight, and then what we've rolled is what we're able to prepare to take with us after camping. So I imagine we're probably going to just camp in its den.
Probably. This is our den now.
At least for the moment.
Indeed. It is our turn while we lick our wounds, because 1 health is not... We are not in a position to find.
Oh. That was terrifying.
Indeed.
But Lygan survives another night! Let's go!
By the skin of his teeth.
Woo! All right, let's see if he's able to get some sleep.
Thank goodness for that armor we purchased.
Indeed. Some sleep, but we do get a campsite event.
Indeed. So I believe we also, because we don't get a full night's rest, we don't get our omen back.
I am double checking that.
I believe we get the omen back only on a. So I believe we need a proper night's sleep to get our omen back, but also we do get to heal a D4.
Indeed. Let's see. Yeah, camping, weak hit. Yeah, gain a D4 HP. If sleeping, restore 1 omen and 1 power. So no, we do still get it back. It's if we get a strong hit, we restore all omens if we have more than the 1.
Okay.
But since Lygan only has the 1, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see, one quick moment. Oh yeah, and this is also food and water, so there was also drinkable water in this cave to restore our water skin. Our water skin only holds up to 4 days worth of water though, so I'm going to go ahead and like reset these numbers to what they should be. Mm-hmm. So water will be for after like we make camp.
Mm-hmm.
And use up the stuff. And then the rations was how much again?
We should be up to 5.
5. Cool. Cool. There we go. So, as they, as we make camp, Lygan is having a time of it, but he manages to get some sleep to lick his wounds. And something happens in the night. Oh, we have an ad, so we'll resolve that in a moment. Yep, so what this will be is we will just take a quick moment, get some water, stretch if you haven't, everyone. Please make sure y'all are stretching. That's important. Drink your hydration. Hydrate or dihydrate, y'all.
Indeed.
Oh. That really was intense, though.
Indeed.
Oof.
We really did just... the first hit made purchase, and then just the entire battle swung in completely polarizing directions throughout that fight. Because we started out doing nothing, and the Twim's Claws made clean purchase. And then it was just a whole lot of little to nothing for, 4 turns?
Yeah. I had to burn a fucking omen to keep him alive.
And then... we finally had the turnabout.
Yep. Like, full damage is beautiful thing.
Indeed. Just clean hit, max damage, and the armor would not have made a difference. It was done.
Yep. Honestly, like, this is one thing I will give this game, because everything has such low HP and you deal such low damage, comparatively. Like, every hit really does feel like it matters. Like, every hit is, I am chipping down at this thing's 14 HP when I myself have half that maximum. Every HP is felt. And it really does create some beautifully tense moments that games that deal with, like, much greater HP totals just don't have.
Yeah, plus the breadth of the dice used really does keep so much dynamism.
Absolutely. All right. You choose to hydrate, CTR. You should hydrate in some form or fashion. If it's not water, drink something else. Anyway, re-roll the 6 for our nightly event. It is... Oh, no. A wild beast steals D4 rations of food. And it could be a fox, a wolverine, or a sludge ape.
Well, let's see if we notice.
Oh, I'm going to be so upset if it steals our food again! Yes, we fucking notice! It's a wolverine.
Right. Just...
We're gonna kill the wolverine and skin it. How much HP does this motherfucker have?
I don't think there's a creature shot for a wolverine.
Cool. We'll make up a total. Let's see, a bird had 1 HP. So what do you think, 3 or 4?
I think a wolverine would be 4.
Okay.
4 HP, no armor.
Ouch!
Alright.
Well, we missed.
Monkeys, your turn.
Monkey, save us!
Oh.
CTR says no. Ash, however...
Alright.
Oh, Ash bloodies the shit out of it. Ash has taken umbrage with this thing, trying to steal her food.
Alright. I mean, what do you think a wolverine's morale would be?
Not high.
Shall we say about... Should we say about 5 or a 6?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Well, it's still gonna fight.
Yeah, shockingly. This thing has 1 HP. Tries to bite us, which I'd say probably does like a D4 damage. Because Wolverine bites are fucking nasty. So it tries to bite us. We managed to get away enough that we get half damage from it. No, we take no damage. It kind of latches on to our boot, and we kind of like shake it off before it can try to get another bite in to actually get something more like physical. All right, we get a weak hit off on it. I mean, it's a fast little fucker, so that makes sense.
I mean, it has no armor, so just any roll.
Yeah, it dead.
Any roll is a can.
Stab. It takes a little bit, but we actually do manage to basically just spear this thing with the sword.
Indeed.
We're skinning it. Get more rations. I would say that's another 3 rations.
Won't we have that much meat?
I mean, I don't think our rations are very big, to be fair.
Fair.
Yeah, no, Wolverines are decently sized. They get up to like 55 pounds.
Fair enough. Alright, that so we could bring us up to 8 food then?
Yeah. I'm good at math. Totally. Yeah, we will be set on, God, this is the most that we've been on rations, like, since we started our journey.
Indeed, we have everything except for health.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Also,
we get to roll to heal.
Indeed. How much health are we recovering?
We are going to recover 2 health.
Okay.
So, not the worst. Not the best, but not the worst. Could have been 1.
Indeed. But we have at least some health to our name. We need to avoid... Fortunately, we are golden supplies, which means we should not need to be getting into any combat of our own volition.
Mm-hmm. We can finally hopefully make more travel towards, Bergen Chrypt.
Indeed.
All right. First things first, though. A new day dawns.
Indeed.
And the day dawns quietly. We do not move a step towards the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All
So
right.
then, let's see what our weather is going to be like today. I swear to you, I'm just going to fucking screenshot these charts from the core book.
Fair.
So I have
actually
to stop going back and forth through them.
Fair.
It's raining again.
I'm telling you, there is a particular plan.
Ah! I'm getting so fucking angry at it being raining all the time.
I think we are obligated to play a rail in your parade after this.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Just
I'm getting so upset.
understandably, it's just it is nothing but rain.
Literally
think-
nothing.
Out of all of our days of travel, I think I'm quite certain we've had more days of rain than not.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to remind you, there are more options in this weather chart than rain.
Quite a few others, actually.
So, there are only
There we
4
go.
options that are rain out of 12.
Mm-hmm.
We have rolled them quite as often as anything else.
It's deeply upsetting. Lycan's just cursed for eternal rain. Like, there are genuinely, like, weather events that we haven't even rolled yet. We just keep getting rain. Because we haven't seen the mist. We actually, I don't think we've officially had Gravelight Cold yet. We haven't had Black as Night.
Mhm.
And I don't know if we had piercing wind properly yet.
I don't think so. Because I think we got Gravelet Cold and Piercing Wind on a reroll of weather.
Yeah, so we had Gravelake Cold once, but it got reduced down to the Crackling Frost. So I distinctly remember making the comment of, it's cold or it's cold.
Indeed.
All right, but you know what? It may be hammering rain, but at least we can make progress. It's not a cloudburst.
What is the road like today?
So, our road today is... Oh, you know what that means. You gotta roll to see if we get lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised considering we went off the beaten path to try to get some food in the first place. We're now currently in a creature's den. There's not going to be a trade road leading to the Tomb Ape's den.
Yeah. Bear with me a moment. I need to double check what the DR for that is. So I don't remember if it's DR 12 or not. Okay, it's DR 10. There we go. No, we're fine.
Excellent.
Okay. It's an important thing to check, you know. All right.
Absolutely.
So let's see what our road event is going to be. Nothing in particular. The world is gray. So it's raining, and we're alone on the road, which makes sense. It's a forgotten dirt track.
So we make begrudging progress toward Bergen Chrypt while the rain hammers upon us.
Yep.
And we share in the misery with our monkeys.
Yep. They're not happy. We're not happy.
We are one step away from challenging the sky to a fight to the death if we would have more health.
I mean, we are heading towards the mountains. We can try. We are going to get closer to that motherfucker.
Yeah, well, we're eye to eye now. You see, you still want to target me.
But because the day was quiet and uneventful, we can see if we can make a camp.
Right.
We can. So it'll be another D4 of HP.
All right. How much do we get?
3. So we're up to 6, almost full health again.
Excellent. We're almost ready to fight the clouds.
Almost.
So,
all right. So let's see what our event is going to be. An 8. It's this bastard again. A lurking coward steals an item from our packs. We need to see if we notice, and the only items we have currently are our rations.
all right, let's see if we notice. We do.
Yeah, we do.
All right. So,
What is with everything trying to steal my food? It's having a fucking time of it.
I think food is definitely a struggling source in between Berg and Chrypt in the Valley of the Unfortunate and Dead.
You're not wrong. However, the amount of times that this has happened recently, Ligon is just at his wit's fucking end. He's been traveling in nothing but rain for literal days at this point. We haven't had a single day that hasn't been rain since leaving the valley, including rain that has been so bad he literally could not progress. Also, are you keeping track of how many days it's been? Because I have not been. Okay, good. And he's still a fucking day out from the mountain at this point. Oh no, y'all killed the meat thing. Y'all forgot to take care of him.
To be fair, I think it is usually Ash that does it, and I believe she's not home. So.
Yeah, true. Well, rip meat thing.
Indeed. 13th death on the 1st of October. Thematic.
Yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Because I have corrected it for the extra deaths, so this is legitimately its 13th death.
Excellent. So we've caught someone trying to steal our rations.
Yep.
We have had an awful time. I think our immediate reaction is going to be kill.
Kill and corpse plunder.
Which, I mean, considering this is just a petty thief, we'll probably still use the same thing we used for the last attempted thief. We'll use the band as a basis: HP 7, morale 8, no armor, and omit the poison knife.
Yep.
It's not an assassin.
Okay. What was did it have the DR to hit him?
There will always be a DR, so it'll be the same standard DR.
Okay, DR 12.
It's,
Cool.
Yeah, standard DR 12.
All right, let's see initiative. He goes first. Fucking the thief surprises Ligon, so he does get noticed. However, Ligon is just in incomprehensible amount of rage that the thief actually manages to act first.
Mm-hmm. So so the attack can do up to D4.
Yep. Well, first, let's see if we're able to even dodge it. Nope.
No, we are ready to muscle through it and just hit back.
It's a D4, and we negate 2 damage.
Okay, so we are at 4 health.
Yep. Ow!
All right. Now, let's see if we hit back.
Indeed.
Yes? Weak hit.
Weak hit. That's fine. Not fine. He has no armor, though, right?
Correct.
All right. That's still 1 damage. So, as Ligon's, in a rage, grabbing his sword, the thief does manage to act first and lunges at Ligon, managing to get a stab of his knife into his thigh, causing Ligon to stumble and not be able to get a good clean hit in with his sword. He manages to just kind of catch the thief's leg.
All right.
CTR, however, gets 2 damage in by going for his face.
All right, and then Ash also hits.
And then 2 timing with CTR. CTR goes after the thief's face, and Ash jumps on his back.
All right, we get a roll a morale check. If it is higher than 8, it is.
Yeah.
So we now roll a d6 to see if they flee or surrender.
That was a 2.
So they flee.
They're going to try to. Ligon's pissed. I think he's chasing this fucker down. No, motherfucker! You don't get off that easy.
So, shall we roll a...
I think we're gonna have to roll to see if this guy manages to escape from us. Yeah.
Indeed, I think. considering there'll be, I think, let's go for the 10 or 11.
Okay, for us to chase him down?
Correct, because he's wounded.
Oh, yeah.
He's wounded. He's trying. All right.
He did not escape.
I mean, no matter what we roll, it's death.
Yep. Oh, yeah, we hit him. So we can't, but we hit him. So yeah, this guy's dead.
All right. Let us see what we can plunder from the corpse.
Yeah, so between us and the monkeys, the coward just fucking screams. He was not expecting this to happen. He screams and tries to scramble away, but he's unable to. Lygan, in just a red fucking fury, manages to grab him by his boot as he's trying to scramble away. And again, with a very just swift swing of his sword, thunk, straight into the ground, taking off the man's head. As his monkeys just, leap out of the way.
All right.
All right.
As far as what's on him, we need to roll a d6.
Yep. That's going to be a 34.
That is a known and liked or despised witch hunter's face. Played.
So this isn't necessarily just a coward. This is probably an assassin.
Indeed.
Not necessarily for us, though, in this case.
Indeed.
So I feel like if it was an assassination for us, they would have just fucking come after us.
Indeed, rather than having someone else's face on their person.
Yeah. I feel like this was probably somebody heading back from the mountains of Bergen Chrypt. Like, they had a mission, and they managed to get their target out there. And then they were heading back, but they ran out of food due to how inhospitable the mountain range is. So they were trying to steal ours.
Absolutely.
But Lygan ain't fucking having it!
Yeah, because I imagine this particular witch hunter was probably investigating. I think Bergen would be a place that has many monsters as well as people who would be very prone to trying to capitalize on the resources around said monsters.
Absolutely.
And so it's a cycle of hunting, basically.
Indeed. But, all things considered, that's not too bad.
Indeed.
So
we are done. We're done beforehand, and so we definitely...
Effectively, we recovered 1 HP last night.
Still a benefit, however. Would have been nice to be able to do this without getting hit, but I mean, rage.
Yeah.
We were given an outlet for our rage.
He feels much better after, taking it out on this fucking corpse. So yeah, no, he manages to sleep, Effectively, he recovers, his, the 3 HP that we rolled. Because he would have been down to 1 again.
Alright.
So yeah, new day dawns.
New day dawns. And the world remains intact.
Indeed. Alright, let's try for the weather.
Now with Jan for the weather.
At least it's not rain.
I think 2 days without rain is definitely going to be good on Lygan's mind.
What do you mean 2 days? It rained the other day. It was hammering rain the day before.
Oh, it was. Well, so Lygan takes this as a sign that the murder clearly...
The murder has pleased the weather gods.
Indeed.
Oh man, if he internalizes that idea, he really is going to turn into a blood knight by the end of this.
I mean, look, one's a circumstance. As long as we don't do it 3 times, it's fine. As long as the dice do not reinforce this.
Oh, I forgot to turn off the timer again. I'll have to readjust the deaths. Shit. There we go. That timer's turned off.
Alright.
Alright.
So, what is our road like after murdering a prospective thief?
Hopefully nicer. Okay, D8. We'll use road.
Everything's coming with Lygan now that he's murdered someone.
Oh no. Man really is going to become a blood knight. Okay then. So, let's see what his road event's going to be. An 11. Oh hey, a castle. So this is a very decrepit castle, like that's just kind of nestled into the foothills of the mountains. You can kind of tell from looking at it that this was probably something that some like egomaniacal person, had erected in ages gone by, and has just been kind of left there to rot. Lygan kind of has a feeling that like the witch hunter face that he found on the guy who was trying to steal his food's corpse was probably acquired in that castle.
Which also lends to reason that if our thief just came from there, he's probably empty of anything valuable.
Not necessarily. The thief didn't have anything else on him other than the face. And it is in the foothills of the mountains. It wouldn't be a bad spot to make base camp to start, looking for that dead man's licorice, because it is supposed to grow in the mountain range.
Indeed. And would definitely make a good base camp, especially since its prior inhabitant is almost certainly
dead. Yeah. So yeah, no, I think Lygan's going to take the opportunity to just be like, I'm going to set up a base camp here for my searching, because I don't want to get stuck in the fucking rain again.
Indeed, because just Lygan will not ever presume that the next day will not be raining.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had successive days without rain since I think the 3rd or 4th day of the journey.
Yeah, I think we had successive days without rain, like starting off. But yeah, it has been.
I think after that, it was like, it's a cloudburst, and now it's crackling frost, then hammering rain,
then an irritating drizzle. Yeah, it really has been like that this entire journey. Lygan the drought ender. So he's going to go explore the castle, I think. What do you think? Maybe... Let's see if he actually even finds anything, like, in the castle. If there's anything worth finding. Oh yeah, I'd say there's probably some stuff worth finding. Okay. So, I would say there's one trap that we may run into that was not triggered / dismantled by our dead thief. And there's probably one thing of actual value somewhere in here. Yeah, it did. It died earlier. It died its 13th death on the 1st of October. Also, hello, Yogi. Welcome in. How you doing? So, let's see. What do you want to put the DR for to see if we stumble into the trap?
Let's... Maybe DR13 slightly higher than usual.
Okay. I'm trying a new game. Got a decent Yogi going. Nice. What game?
Excellent.
16 and a 2. So I think, yeah, I think he finds a trap. He comes across it, but he doesn't necessarily immediately trigger it. So let's see what he actually comes across. He comes across a jewel embedded in a wall. Now the question is, does he try to remove the jewel? Throne and Liberty. I don't think I've heard of that game. He does seem to be sitting, fairly pretty on his silver otherwise.
Indeed. There's not really any pressure to try to pad one's pockets unless it goes on. Also, we definitely will struggle to sell this without additional backpack.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Plus, if he's making this his base area, there's no pressure to really, pull it out now either.
Indeed.
And then I'll see if there's anything. I'll see what else he finds via the corpse plundering chart. So I'm assuming there's probably the actual body of the flayed face in here. See if anything was left behind. 32. Nope. Guy just had an obsession with spiders. Just a hopeless amount of spiders.
All of our corpse plundering is just rolling in the 30s.
Yeah. Small came out today is from Amazon. Small indie company. Yeah. Small. Neat. Okay, yeah, so he doesn't... Yeah, other than the jewel, yeah, nothing of particular value. And he makes a silent vow to never go in the room with the corpse again, because holy shit, spiders. So many spiders. Oh, spiders for days.
Indeed. I mean, yeah, he'll be avoiding that room. We'll see if the monkeys do.
Yeah, true. Monkeys will probably go eat the spiders. Indeed. But also, so I'm not kidding when it says a hopeless amount of spiders.
Indeed. Just...
Oh, I don't think y'all can see that. Yeah, his hopeless amount of spiders. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate that too. You and me both, buddy.
Only treasure when you have spiders.
I mean, I guess if you're that witch hunter, huh?
I mean, maybe the spiders were a method of... Maybe had some way of attuning with the spiders to use them in combat, like we do. Well, we don't attune with our monkeys. They just kind of do what they want and happen to help.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So, we make camp in the foothills of Bergen Chrypt. Let's see if our camp goes well today. We get some HP back and a camp event.
Mm-hmm.
So, first things first, let's see what our camp event is. Nothing. It's quiet. Man's just that unsettled by the amount of spiders that were in the other room.
Understandably, frankly.
Yeah, like, you ever come across, like, something like a bug that really bothers the shit out of you, and then you lose sight of it, and then just your mind kind of, keeps, like, hallucinating the feeling of something crawling on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's happening to him. He manages to finally nod off and get some sleep, but otherwise, spiders.
This is the downside of nesting in the castle of a witch hunter who fights with arachnokinesis, I suppose.
Indeed. But on the plus side, we're back up to full health.
Indeed.
So... Arachnokinesis. He is Spiders Man.
Oh, he was Spiders Man.
Was. Yeah, that's who he was. He's Spiders George.
More controlling and manipulating spiders.
Exactly.
Just...
No, he's like I say, he's Spiders George. I have determined this. He's an outlier, and he shouldn't have been counted, but he was. And now look at where that ended up.
But you are effectively on the same track here, Yogi.
Yeah.
Just
absolutely. I just have Tumblr brain rot.
Just imagine that, but far more horrifying. Because the world is horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, because they were probably really big spiders, too.
Indeed.
Alright, one moment. I'm actually just tying up my hair because it's kind of annoying the shit out of me. There we go. Let's see if the world gets closer to dying today. It does not.
Not even close.
Nope. Okay. So since we're making this a base camp, I won't be rolling the roads just yet. I am going to, however, roll the weather and see what weather we got.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be... piercing wind. That makes sense. We're in the foothills of a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Although that does mean, that's 2 days without rain.
Indeed. Ritualistic sacrifice appeases the gods of weather.
Yep. This is what I'm learning from this. I think this is what Lagan's learning from this, too. I am concerned about what this means for the rest of the campaign, but, it's fine.
I mean, to be fair, his luck wasn't... If he's the cause of weather, at least, but fortune in general is not entirely smiling upon him, considering he did run into a room with a corpse and a bunch of spiders.
Yeah, you're not wrong. However, it stops the rain.
It is shelter, but at what cost?
Yeah. But that does mean we get to use our fancy new roll chart.
Indeed.
because we will be, we'll actually be doing checks for seeing if we can find the dead man's licorice, while also rolling on a special roll chart that we have created, specifically for Bergen Chrypt. And because we are in the foothills of the mountain, unfortunately, the DR for finding it is pretty high. I'm going to put this at a DR 15. But it's not impossible. No, the fuck he doesn't. So, now we get to roll a d12 and see what our event for today is. An 11. Would you care to describe this one, since this was one that you created?
Indeed. So our monkeys notice something in the distance, suddenly running off without warning. Because we do love our monkeys and they love us, we want to make sure they are safe. We give chase to make sure that they don't stumble upon something or some sort of monster that will hurt them. Alright, so we do have a DR check. So they do. So I'll say they do, in fact. They managed to stumble across something interesting. They noticed a patch of plants amongst the mountainry. Though, as it was a weak hit, what we have found is not the dead man's licorice.
Nope. In fact, I would say that we find what are like super juvenile plants of the licorice. Something that looks like it sprouted earlier in the year, but it hasn't reached any kind of maturity yet. So which means it is absolutely useless for our purposes. But at least it is confirmation that it does grow in this area.
It does give us a bit of reference on what it is that we're looking for. Can you actually know more rather than just a vague description and a name?
Indeed. It is not weed. It is not weed. It is plants. It is very strange looking plants too. Twisting and gnarled and just not really healthy looking. Like they look all spindly. And there is a very distinct scent associated with them. It's hard to put one's finger on exactly what the scent is, but it's a mixture of something both sweet and rotten, like how a piece of rotten fruit can smell, where it's still sweet, but you can also smell like the decay and fermentation. But unfortunately, that doesn't lead us anywhere fruitful. And we do spend most of the day trying to find our way back to our fucking base camp after collecting ash and CTR. Which means we sleep.
Indeed.
And it was almost a quiet night. Almost.
The worries of having to ensure the safety of our monkeys probably still weighs on us just a bit.
Never mind, it was in fact a quiet night. It was a 1.
It was a quiet night, but just the anxiety still made it a little bit more difficult to sleep.
Yeah. Up to this point, like, we traveled over areas with some terrain, like hills and swampland and the like. However, we've never really traveled in an area like this where our monkeys could, like, fully go out of, like, sight and us not be able to track them back down because of how rocky the area is. Finding any sort of tracks from, you know, such light and scurrying little critters is going to be difficult. But eventually, you know, the thoughts of concern do settle down and we are able to fall asleep. and a new day dawns. And the world is fine. For now.
Indeed.
Our weather today is more rain.
Indeed. But we are getting low on water, and we might want to try and collect some before
Very true.
exploring the mountain further.
Yeah, because we're down to 1 water and 5 rations. So would you like to see about foraging first, or roll our event table first?
Let's forage first.
Okay. So for foraging, hey, probably one of the better options. We find. Huh?
I would say this is the best option, actually.
I like finding the villages.
I mean, fair. However, the villages have not been good for us as far as
True.
water.
So yeah, we find a D6 plus 3 rations of good food or fresh water. Jesus! We find 9, so it has to be food or fresh water. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to split it maybe?
Considering we would go well in excess at this point,
Yeah.
I think we can probably split it, considering we can ensure that we can probably say that we fill up our water and make sure to have enough for the day, and then use the remaining 5 toward food.
Yeah. God, that'll put us at 10 food.
It will.
All right, so basically, what happens is we find, we round a bend in the game trail that we are following, and we actually managed to find, in a sort of shallow valley, just a whole bunch of edible plant life growing alongside the banks of a small stream that is trickling its way through the mountains. The stream is fresh and pure, and we're able to refill our water skin. And we were able to gather up enough of the plants that would actually be able to keep, we could smoke them by the campfire and have them actually keep and be stored for a while. Yeah, so we were able to get up to 10 days worth of food from it. Granted, that's going to immediately go down to 9 and 3 tonight, but it's fine.
It's all coming up, Bergen. See, this is what murder gets you.
Yeah, apparently. Either that or he just needs to become a mountain hermit. Anyway, let's see how our camp goes for tonight. Okay, sure, could be better. 7. That is oh boy. Twisted dreams of the first random encounter of the next day.
We get to roll we get to have a dream of our custom.
Yep. Which is going to be the 6. So we have a dream of smoke and fire, and from this haze of smoke in our dream, we see a figure of a man hunched back with a cloak over his pulled tight over his head, stepping forth, a large sack slung over his shoulder as he continues to step forward. And as he gets closer and closer, the sounds of of wood burning and people screaming is heard. And then we wake up. It's you! Ah,
Let's.
I don't think he liked that description. Okay. So, we set off for the day. That's, having this, uncomfortable, dream.
Mm-hmm.
The world continues to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
The weather is windy, but it's not raining.
Mm-hmm.
So, not the worst. It does, however, make, going up the mountain paths a little bit difficult, but it's fine. He's starting to get accustomed to the area because, he's still staying in the foothills. I'm also going to do a quick check to see if we find the plant that we're looking for. Hello, Emery. Welcome in. How are you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. So he comes across some more signs of the dead man's licorice. So more like juvenile plants, still nothing that he can really harvest. However, like he's found the direction where they seem to be growing thicker, which means that he has an idea of where he needs to be heading in order to actually find what he's looking for. Doing all right. How about yourself? We're doing quite well. Having a very fun time figuring out what the hell is going on here. So then, as he marks this path, he quite literally actually stacks up a small pile of rocks from the surrounding area as a visual indicator of this is the path that I'm going to take tomorrow. Because the day's about halfway done. He needs to start heading back towards his own encampment. But as he does so, an all too familiar figure begins to come into his field of view, heading down the path towards him from the mountains. A stooped figure carrying a large sack and hiding himself in a cloak. I'm looking to you for this one.
Are we doing...
It's the Ash Peddler, yeah.
Description or the voice?
Either, both.
So, the figure that moves toward us is bathed in clothes that are marked by fire. A individual who has seen and confronted primal death and continues to wander into new lands. Such a figure is undeniably traveled and eccentric. They carry little but a femur and a sack, placing the sack down in front of you. Bottles filled with a black, viscous liquid roll out, and a crackling voice speaks plainly. Bring me what remains, and I offer you my finest libations.
And Lygan is just taken aback by this, like, this is the figure from the dream that he had last night. And just the fact that this figure just immediately speaks to him and, like, seems to be, like, kind of demanding a trade is... it absolutely sets him aback, like, what is... Huh? Man is very confused.
As one would be.
But it takes him a moment, but he manages to get his wits about him. Realizing that, no, in fact, this figure really is standing here before him in this mountain path. And he asks, what do you mean? What remains? What do you mean, libations?
All that remains of that which is will always simply be powder and ash.
Remains of what? I mean, if you just want ash, like, I've got a campfire that has plenty of ash from where I've been staying the past while.
The ash itself is a remnant of what was. A life is reflected in the ash. Provide me with that which once lived and breathed.
Okay, as in, like, are you looking for an animal's ash or a person's ash? Will any ash do? Or does it have to be something specific? Also, what libations? Lygan nudges one of the bottles that had rolled onto the ground with his foot. Giving it a bit of a distasteful look. Oh, Ed. That's fine. You know what? That's actually a perfect opportunity for me to go use the bathroom. So I will be right back. Alu, you get to entertain chat for the moment.
Very fair.
Well.
So how are we all doing tonight? Are we all taking the same core lessons that Lygan is slowly internalizing? The bad weather can be offset with murder?
I've returned. Have you been entertaining chat?
To the best of my ability.
Well, I don't see any riots, so I assume that things went well then.
Well enough, I suppose.
And also as a reminder to everyone, please make sure that you hydrate. You stretch if you haven't in a little while. That also goes for you, Alu. Gotta make sure that you stretch and take care of yourselves. It is important. Especially since, you know, these ad breaks are a perfect moment to do so.
Indeed they are.
But yeah, so, also, I know the Ash Merchant, thing, like, has its, you know, intro to give it flavor. Feel free to do with the dude what you will. Make him into his own character. Alright, Ad is back. So, when we left off, Lagan just kind of was nudging the, one of the bottles of the black sludge that this peddler, you know, had let roll onto the ground, and was questioning him about what kind of ashes was he looking for, and what these libations were supposed to do in the first place.
Fire blesses and fire destroys. What I offer allows one to harness the duality flame. But you must first provide that which the flame has already touched. Not all ash holds the same value. The question is, do you wish to bring me more ash or higher value ash?
Lion's just staring at this peddler in absolute bafflement. This man is a soldier. He is not used to riddles and mind games of a merchant who has clearly lost his mind. Then he looks at the man and goes, "All right, sure, whatever. I am looking for something particular, not one of these things." And he looks down at the bottles in disdain. But instead, I am looking for a root called Dead Man's Licorice. I've seen, you know, I have seen that the plant does grow in this region. However, I am looking for a mature individual, a plant that has, reached the point at which it can flower and has a large enough root that it can be harvested for, say, use in a potion. Do you know anything? Do you have any? If you have some, I'm more than willing to go get whatever ashes you want, I guess.
Indeed, fire illuminates and fire guides. I know of what you seek, and I will require some very nice ash in return.
Define very nice.
Provide me with the ashes of one who has laid much destruction upon the land. And I will provide you with your prize.
I'll see what I can do. Lagan kind of gives the merchant like a once over, like visually. It's just like clearly looking at him like this guy's fucking nuts. Like, I don't actually, like, he doesn't actually believe that he'd be able to get him what he needs, but it's at least an option to keep in the back pocket because, I mean, he is in the land of cultists and her, and who knows what else. Who knows what's popular here, or what's possible here. This may take me some days to do. How do I find you again when I have what you're looking for?
You will not be staying here, I imagine. Once you have what you seek.
Yeah, indeed. I intend on leaving. I have other things that I need to be doing.
Then light a grand fire. Burn the castle. And I will not be far behind.
That castle? Just to make sure. Like, he kind of points over his shoulder towards the, down the, path towards the castle he'd been staying in, the ruined castle.
Yes. It is the most visible structure from this point.
Absolutely. And he just kind of wanders off, muttering something about the merchant being crazy and fuck those spiders. Listen, Lagan's a no-nonsense guy. Somebody talking in riddles isn't going to endear themselves to him very much. However, he certainly can't deny that somebody who can provide him the route would probably be easier than trying to find it on his own when he knows, well, nothing about the plant or plant keeping or even much about finding these kinds of herbs in the first place. Yes, fire. And how did it break, Yogi? But he is able to head back down to the castle to make camp again for the night and begin to pack up the, scant belongings that he had around this campsite, aka picking up where he had stored his rations and the like, to be prepared to go along the mountain path in the morning. Because one way or another, he was going to find this route, and he decided that he was going to go, travel along the path that he had marked out, during the day. And if he came across, somebody who would match the peddler's request, so be it. Otherwise, he'd just go find the route on his own. Cursor is gone. Can't select shit in equipment or inventory. Ooh. Rip. Alright. So we make camp for the night. Hey, we get some sleep, but we do have a camp event that happens. That's fine. 11. Albino cultists. Hey. But these cultists are not chanting to an alligator goddess like the ones that we came across before. These are chanting hymns to the great basilisk her, heading deeper into the mountain. And the reason why Lagan finds it so hard to sleep with these going by is that the sounds of their hymns echo off the rocks, adding additional harmonies that weren't originally there. Shut the fuck up. Now be careful with that word. This is after betas and early access. Oof. Heh, small indie company.
God, I love that spaghetti code.
That's not spaghetti code, that's just lack of QA. Anyway. But eventually, the chanting and hymns fade, and the last of their echoes vanish into the mountains. Sleep is had, and a new day dawns. And the world is safe for another day. I keep expecting it to just be a 1, I'm not gonna lie.
Understandably, it's
only a 5% chance, but every day it's just like, nope, today's gonna be the day. It's gonna be a 1. It's time for some fuck shit.
I mean, after getting it twice last time, just the paranoia is naturally fueled.
Oh yeah. Needless to say, I won't continue playing. That's so fair. Honestly, when it's that big of an issue and restarting doesn't fix it. So then, now we get to roll the road because we're actually intentionally moving further into the mountains. So let's see what our road is going to be like. It's gonna be a 4. Used to be a trade road, so we're probably following the same road that those cultists went by last night. And yeah, every so often along the sides of the road, we see little patches of what kind of looks like a gnarled, like would be a bush if it wasn't so small, plant that matches what we were shown by Thurg when he was describing the plants that we were looking for. But it is made very clear that these plants are young. They're too small. They lack the distinctive stem of a flower spike that is required for the plant to be ready for harvesting. It's not a weed, Yogi. It is a scraggly bush that specifically looks. The way that the plant is structured is that there is one thick branch that sprouts out of the ground that then divides itself into 5 branches, and it looks like a gnarled hand reaching up out of the ground. That's why it's called Dead Man's Licorice. But yeah, unfortunately these plants are not able to be usable if harvested. So down the road we continue. And today we come across hold up the wrong thing.
So have we done the weather yet?
We have not. That's a good point. I forgot. It is lifeless and gray. And our event today is actually we come across an area that looks like it might be decent for us to refill our water with, and it has some edible plants around. So we run into a small valley. So let's see if we may have a mature version of the plant we're looking for. No!
Not even close.
Not even close. But we are able to refill our water here because this actually seems to be the source of the stream that we were filling our water from earlier. We can actually see where the water seems to be like bubbling out of a crevice in the stone from what seems to be a natural spring. And there's a few edible plants around. Let's see how many. We get enough for one night's worth of food.
Very nice.
Indeed.
We may not be making progress, however, we are at least making sure that we remain tip-top with our resources.
Indeed. But we come across this early enough in the day that we can't really justify stopping and making camp here. So we do continue on. But eventually, we do, unfortunately exhaust the light, which does happen faster, now that we are up in the mountains. As the sun, sets, the taller peaks, actually cause it to become dark on our side of the mountains much quicker now. So unfortunately, our days are a little bit shorter. So eventually, we find a small plateau that we can make camp in for the night. Something safe enough, at least. And unfortunately, we're still not really comfortable enough in these mountains to be able to comfortably sleep. And something does happen. That is... Actually, no, nothing does happen. We just find it difficult to fall asleep. It's just... The mountains are weird. It is simultaneously too quiet and too loud because of how any little bit of sound echoes around off the stone around us. And we end up just laying back, staring at the sky as the jagged teeth of these mountains seem almost like they are going to pierce the black sky itself. But eventually, we do manage to fall into a dreamless sleep, and the night passes, and a new day dawns. And the world is safe for one more day. So, what is our weather going to be today? 10? An irritating drizzle. Or rain.
Really cannot have nice things.
We really can't. And the road we find ourselves on today is a narrow wagon track. I'm going to say that this isn't probably a wagon track by farmers. This is a footpath. So we end up on just a footpath that's clearly used by people who actually live in these mountains. But it's not really wide enough for a wagon. But that does mean at least we don't have to worry about getting lost, theoretically. And we can see what our event for today is, and if we have any luck finding our plant.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a 10. So, with a 10, as we continue along the road that we're traveling down, every so often in the distance ahead of us, we hear what sounds like the grinding of stone, but it's softer than one might expect. Like, you think about two stones rubbing against each other, and it's often a very harsh and usually kind of loud sound. This is surprisingly quiet. And it's only happening every so often. So, we'll be walking for a little bit and then we hear it. We'll be walking for a little bit and then we'll hear it again. And then eventually, we come around a bend in the path as we are coming around one side of a cliff, and slowly the stone steeple of what seems to be a church comes into view along the path. The church is cut into the stone itself, so it actually looks like, a lot of stone was actually like cleared out to make the space for it. And then the church itself is also cut into the stone, like it was cut away to form the facade and walls of this place. While the roof and the steeple were built up probably out of the stone that was quarried out to make it. The church itself has a surprisingly well-maintained yard, because where it is set back from the road, there is a space that has a garden full of plants that are local to the mountains, alongside a few graves in neatly rows. And the church itself is in very good condition. Because it's made of stone, it's hard to tell if it's in good condition because it's being actively maintained, or if it's because it's genuinely just that durable. Unfortunately, it seems to be the case for a lot of things in the mountain, making it difficult to to tell how used these areas actually are, at least by people. We think Lagan wants to actually go explore the church, see if there's anything in it, or if there's any people in there to see who might have the licorice.
I mean, it's definitely worth a try. 'Cause, I mean, we are at a disadvantage as far as information here.
Very much so. And it doesn't hurt to at least go look. So, looking around for signs of anyone else, and unfortunately still being unable to tell anything, Lycan starts making his way towards the church, down its little path. One quick moment, I need to check something. Okay, cool. So, that's fine. So, we move closer to the church, and we hear that sound of stone grinding against stone again, but it seems much closer this time. Lagan looks around, but still can't seem to find anything that would actually be causing that noise. It kind of, puts him on edge a little bit, because that's a concerning sound to hear in the mountains, right? Like, that sounds like something shifting. And who knows if that means that a rock is going to fall on your head. But for lack of being able to find anything that actually could be causing the sound, he continues on his way and manages to make his way into the church. I'm going to roll for a thing. No, there are not people inside. The church does seem to be completely abandoned. What wood there was in here seems to be in a state of disrepair. So the pews that were in here, some are fine, others are broken. What had been an altar for the church is scattered. The offerings that had been there once upon a time, candles, cloth, what have you, have been scattered on the floor all around it. And it's very clear that nobody has really been here for a long time. Like, there's a good layer of dust on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then right behind him, Lagan hears that sound again, that grinding of stone. and he turns around to find himself face to face with a grotesque.
Unfortunate.
Indeed. One of these guys.
Indeed, especially because just that stone skin means that our typical strategy of just death by 1,000 cuts will not work.
Indeed.
Our monkeys can only make purchase on a crit, a nat 20.
But your runes and strength and went bong. Listen, if we could, we would have. But let's see what this grotesque's, Wow. Thanks, Yogi. You want us to fight this grotesque, don't you? So I was gonna say, let's see what its reaction to us is. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, you know, it's indifferent and not really, like, angry. Fuck you, Yogi. Very much.
I think at this point, it is going to be angry regardless.
Yeah, 4 and 2, -3.
That's a kill.
Yep, that's a pissed off grotesque. Oh boy. We better hope we roll nice.
Right.
Alright, so. One moment. I need a modifier. Come on, there we go. Fucker. Yogi. Alright, so. Time for us to fight. Let's see who goes first. We go first, at least.
Alright.
So we see this grotesque, and Lagan realizes this is this thing's home. We just invaded its home on accident. And it has probably been stalking us the entire time we've been in its territory. Because these grotesques are difficult to see against stone. They blend in. And it has probably been climbing the mountainside watching him the entire time. So, it's pissed and there's nothing left to do because it's blocking the doorway to fight and hopefully get it away from the door so he can run. So weak hit. I was hoping it would be able to get a good strong hit because it actually has a lower D10 to hit, but or a lower DR to hit because it's a fucking DR10. But fuck me, I guess. 7 rounded up is a 4. So the problem is that this thing's made of stone. It could just ignore that damage. And it does.
And now let's see the success of our monkeys.
Yep. CTR hits. Does 4 damage.
Nullified.
Nullified.
Ash hits.
Ash hits.
4 damage.
4 damage. That was the wrong die.
And nullify.
Ah.
Alright. As for the attack of the grotesque here.
First of all, I actually have to roll a d6.
Yes, correct.
We're fine.
Okay, so it is. Oh, alright.
We can't dodge for shit.
Indeed. Alright, let's see how much damage the claws do.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm going to cry.
Let's.
Reduced by 2. 4 damage.
That's still half our health.
And we didn't do damage to the gargoyle, so I don't think it moved.
Indeed. So, let's try another round of combat.
Yep. Be gone, butt!
Okay, so we do get a weak hit.
Yep, indeed. I'm switching out the music. Hold on, this music's a little bit too, chill for what the fuck is going on right now. Trying to kill the streamers, rude. Alright, 8 damage. So we will get damage on it this time.
What did we get, though?
Shit, you're right. 4. Fuck.
Yeah, so it's checking against 4. And of course.
Our sword just can't do shit to its stone.
Alright.
CTR hits. For 2 damage. Nullified.
Ash.
Ash tries, like, Ash launches herself at the grotesque, but unfortunately her little monkey claws just skitter right off. Completely just whoosh.
Alright, what attack are we dealing with? Close again.
Okay, I can work with that. Hopefully.
Okay, so we need to dodge. Okay.
Okay,
so,
so 3.
So we okay.
Reduced by 2.
So we are at 2 health. And
Yep.
we have not done any damage to the grotesque.
Nope. And because we haven't done any damage to it, it hasn't moved.
Mm-hmm.
It is still very much sitting in front of the fucking door.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Another round of combat.
A test of your reflexes.
For real. And unfortunately, our reflexes are, unfortunately, ass.
Indeed. And we're the best chance that we have of dealing damage, which is... Alright. Oh.
Miss.
Okay.
Ash hits. Ash, please.
It's always matching or one above. Consistently. Alright, which attack are we dealing with from...
Oh, we might be fucked.
Let's see. So let's see what the D8 has.
Please be a 1, 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 please. Okay.
Alright.
Reduced by 2. Okay.
Okay.
Down to 1 HP.
Alright. Locking his blood night time.
Megan, please! My guy!
You...
Alnick! Alnick!
So let's see. Let's check our Dia.
Okay, you know what? That's still a fucking weak hit. Fuck you!
Alright. How much damage?
Hey! We got damage! We got 2 damage!
1 damage, because we hit.
Oh shit, you're right. Fuck!
Alright. CVR?
Oh. A 4 to 1.
Alright. Grotesque's turn.
Plus.
Alright. Alright, can we dodge?
Maybe?
That's still 3 damage. We That could be 1 damage and 1 leave us broken.
That's 0, yep. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
So we have
Yep.
2 options. Do we accept the defeat and hope that the grotesque will just be content with leaving us broken? Or do we try to utilize the omen and keep the fight up?
That's a good question. Because the broken roll could just straight up lead to death.
It could, yes.
What do you think?
Honestly, I want better to use the omen on the broken roll rather than...
If need be, yeah.
Because we have done 1 damage to this.
We chipped off a bit of stone. That's it.
We dealt 1 damage and it has already trounced us.
Yeah.
I think it's best to accept this defeat.
Yeah.
And see what the D4 roll on broken gives us.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. We can work with that.
Okay, so
the grotesque that has completely caught us unaware that we have barely managed to do anything to, just with another swipe of its powerful stone claws, just knocks Lygan about the head. Just absolutely just down for the count. And he blacks out. He is completely unconscious. For about I would say for about an hour. And eventually when he wakes up, he finds himself having been dragged well off the path of where he had been. He has no idea where the church he was trying to shelter in was, like, nowhere visible. Nothing around him is familiar. Just unceremoniously dumped in a ravine. His monkeys, luckily, don't seem much worse for wear because they seem to have stopped fighting once Lygan went down, realizing that there was nothing that they could do. But we wake up with an okay amount of HP. We actually wake up with 3 hit points. That could have been so fucking bad.
Indeed.
Yeah, Lygan is just fucking just out of it. But all things considered, that was probably the best way that could have gone. Sans fully blood knighting the thing and managing to kill it.
Indeed. Yeah,
I know you'll fucking do it again.
Yeah, that was...
Oof. So, that does mean, however, that he has to make camp in an unfamiliar area, which is going to suck.
Mhm.
But he lives to tell another day, and we get to figure out what that day is going to be. Probably. You know what? We'll roll the camp, and then we'll see. We'll save the day after for tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, next stream.
I think this is a perfect. It's a perfect way. It's a perfect place to end after just an unceremonious defeat.
Yeah. Especially because now we also have a camp event to resolve. Thanks, South. I appreciate the love. After Yogi and Alvik tried to get us killed! Ah!
Right.
Rude.
Let's see. What's the roll of D4 see how much we recover as well?
Well, after we do the camp event. Because that
Ah.
only happens after we sleep.
Mhm.
Nothing happens. Man is just contemplating his life choices. Is that what good friends do? I don't know. Is it? Do good friends try to bring your downfall? Suppose it's good content at least. Yogi, if that's what you think good friends are, I'm very concerned about your friendships.
Yeah, that was. I think that is the first fight that we have had zero chance of winning.
Yeah, on it. Well, I
Yep.
mean, we had a chance, but it was a slim chance.
It was a shot in the dark
Yeah. Xenos is not
Because-
my fucking friend, Yogi.
because the other really tough fight we ran into was the troll, but at least we could deal more damage to the troll.
And we've been running away from the troll. We haven't even tried to fight the troll.
Indeed. We would have had better. We had a better chance against the troll than the grotesque.
Yeah.
Which is.
Because it was just like, With the way this has been set up, no, we're not getting out of this church.
Yeah, no. Like
The
just,
grotesque picked its moment to attack wisely.
Mm-hmm. Especially because just. Our strategy is death by 1,000 cuts. Higher tier armor. Fundamentally. makes our job so.
Yeah. Oh, we really need to invest in some better armor.
Indeed. Something to do on the way back.
Honestly, though, if we had killed it, I would have said that would have been a good point to level up at.
Oh, absolutely. And just so there are certain things that could definitely warrant a level up. The grotesque counts. Also, if we manage to defeat the troll at any point,
Yeah, definitely. But
that's a recurring story beat at this point, which means that's
Yep.
worthy of a level up.
Adna's upset that we're taking away the drought. It liked the lack of rain. But we actually are at max health now.
Excellent.
Because we, our D4, rolled a 4. Oh, and we got our omen back after... Well, we didn't end up spending it, but yeah, if we had, we got our omen back. Well, you know what? You win some, you lose some, and we won a hell of a fight against the, against the Tomb Ape. So,
Mhm.
Yogi, I'm going to fight you. However, though, how are you feeling about all of this? What are your thoughts?
We are constantly flirting with death.
Yeah.
Just.
I mean,
It feels like-
I also made the combat system actively easier on us too, by the way. Because there is a crit and a fumble system in this game.
Mhm.
I have removed the crit and the fumble system in return for for having the weak and strong hits. So it means that we don't quite do the maximum amount of damage that we could possibly do. But it does mean that we don't have some of the worst negative effects that we can have, such as our weapon breaking or us taking double damage. So I have actively made the combat actually easier, and we still flirt with death constantly.
Indeed. Though I think there are definitely times where the possibility of higher rolls would be appreciated, partially because of the grotesque's armor level.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the stability also is good for the tone of this world with just the... Because high rolls allow for hope. And we don't want that.
Not at all.
Hope is only allowed when you are providing ritualistic sacrifice to the gods of weather.
Yeah, see, that's the issue. We needed to provide another ritual sacrifice.
I think we might have been hoping for a bit that the grotesque was going to be that sacrifice.
Indeed. All right. But, Alu, my dear,
Yes.
it's time for you to promote yourself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am Alutierre, archivist, storyteller, madman. Tonight we begin my annual month-long horror story showcase. Tonight we begin that with a game called Medusa's Labyrinth, which should not be a very long showcase, which would also mean plenty of reading tonight. And our initial reading offering will be a novel by Richard Marsh called The Beetle Mystery.
And y'all know you want to listen to this wonderful voice read you a bedtime story. You know you do.
And as a bit of a fun trivia bit regarding The Beetle Mystery, it actually was a bit of a contesting work with one of the most well-known Gothic novels of all time.
Fair.
It actually is often compared to Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Ah, I see. That's why it caught your interest. Vampire nerd.
This actually has something to do with vampires, though, which...
No, however, I know you.
But also just, frankly, getting to read a work from 1897 seems fun.
Yeah, fair. But, so that will be starting tonight. So definitely, if you haven't checked out one of Alu's streams, go do so. As you can tell, he tends to be much more chill and low-key than I am. I am a chaotic mess. He's usually much more put together, which is why he's helping me with these streams. Because he's the one who helps actually provide a lot of the behind-the-scenes story beats. More than you may realize, actually. But today, I am going to send you all over to Chrypt, because I haven't said hi to them in a little bit. And we do love giving him love, because he is a wonderful individual, and he's a Baphomet, which is even better.
And he's playing a game that has had some interesting marketing.
Oh yeah, mouthwashing?
Indeed. I've seen it at a few indie showcases, and just every time it's just caught off guard by the title.
Yeah. But until I see you all again, which should be tomorrow. I should be back tomorrow for more Echoes of Wisdom, because that'll be the other non-spooky stream this week, because it is October. So this week we have one spooky stream on Friday, which will be Yuppie Psycho. But Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be guaranteed non-spooky, because they are either Borg or Cult of the Lamb. And then Wednesdays will be Echoes of Wisdom. But until I see you all again, please make sure that you eat something, drink something, take your meds if you need them, and I will see you all again soon. Bye-bye!
Okay.